Okay, we will now look at exercise 3.4, question number 10. Now in question number 10, you're given two shops P and Q selling 3 types of juice. Okay, and you are given the number of cups sold for each shop, and you're told to represent the data by a matrix A. So I think in part A, you should have no problem defining the matrix A. Okay, you should be able to define the matrix A as a 2x3 matrix. Alright, with these elements. Right, where the columns represent the type of juice and the rows represent the shops. Right, then next, in part B, you are actually given the contents of the type of mixed fruit juice, as in what fruits they contain. And you're told to represent the data in the table by a matrix B. And you're told that B is a 3x3 matrix. Okay, just translating the data from the table, you should be able to see that B, will have these elements. Right, you will just follow from the table. Okay, where the columns represent the type of fruits, mango, orange, pineapple, and the rows represent the type of juice. Now then in part C, you are asked to find AB. So if we put AB together, we'll have this. Multiplied by B. Alright, both are quite big matrices. Okay, remember in matrix multiplication, first thing we do is always list down the order. So this is a 2x3 matrix. Okay, this B is a 3x3 matrix. So the order of the final matrix will be a 2x3 matrix. Okay, so we know we will end up with a matrix with 2 rows, 3 columns. And how do we do that? Remember, when we do matrix multiplication, helps to split the first matrix up in row and the second matrix up in column. Okay, so maybe I'll do the brackets first. Alright, so first matrix, first element, it will be 35 times 2 plus 62 times 1 plus 28 times 0. Right, remember, you'll get 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay, second element, 35 times 1 plus 62 times 1 plus 28 times 2 and so on. Okay, so you should be able to work out the elements. Okay, and you should get this final matrix over here. Right, besides calculating the value of A times B, we have to find out what it represents. Okay, to look at what it represents, it may help if we look at one of the elements here. Okay, if you look at the first element, now what does this mean? I'm taking 35 times 2 plus 62 times 1 plus 28 times 0. Now remember, what does the 35, 62 and 28 represent? Okay, if we go back to matrix A again, 35, 62, 28 represents the number of fruits, number of juices of each type sold in shop P. And then you multiply 35 by 2. What does 2 represent? 2 represents the number of mangoes needed. Okay, 62 times 1. 1 represents the number of oranges. 28 times 0. 0 represents the number of pineapples used to make X. So when you add all these together, you are saying that for 35 cups of juice X, which needs 2 mangoes, 62 cups of juice X, juice Y, which needs 1, this should be Y, this should be Z, which needs 1 mango, and 28 cups of juice Z, which needs 0 mango. So this really tells you the total number it actually represents the total amount of the mango juice used in shop P. Now similarly, if you look at this, alright, 35, 62, 28 all has to do with shop P, the types of each type of juice, but now you're looking at 1, 1 and 2, the second column, which has to do with oranges. So this is about the total amount of orange juice in shop P. So if you look at the summary of all these elements, AB actually represents the total amount of each type of juice used in each shop respectively. Alright, important here is the word total. Alright, so really the rows represent the shops P and Q, and the columns represent this represents the mango juice, orange juice and pineapple juice. Alright, one clue when you use matrix multiplication. Now you realize that the rows will always follow the rows of the first matrix, and the column will always follow the column of the second matrix. So that will give you a hint, and then you can put it out in words what it represents.